I've almost survived 1,000 days in this hardcore world without building a single thing in the Nether. Today that changes as I'm going to build every single Nether farm connected through a mega Nether base. Hopefully these farms will help me do other mega projects in the future. And on the Nether roof... Yep, this is me breaking Bedrock for 4 hours. You should go check out my Twitch for stupid projects just like this one. Oh, and while you're at it, maybe check if you're subscribed as well. And we're breaking through into the Nether. We can now fly from the Nether onto the Nether roof through our giant hole. Now, next up, I need to make 3 farms for me to be able to build this mega base. The first 2 of these are relatively easy. It's a Froglight Farm and a Ghast Farm. And then we have the third one, which is a Wither Skeleton Farm. Yep. You heard me right. But let's start with the 2 easy ones. Turns out the only thing I need for the Ghast Farm is over 1,000 blocks of obsidian. Now next up, I gotta find the spots for these farms. That's a Basalt Delta. And that's a Soul Sand Valley. Getting to work building up the first farm in the video. And this Ghast Farm is designed by Abfielder and will make me plenty of gunpowder and gas tiers. Now this is the Ghast Farm all built up, and I'm gonna AFK this for a little bit before we build the Froglight Farm. I think I messed something up with the farm. There shouldn't be these many ghasts in the overworld. I'm gonna guess that these line up to that portal instead of the actual right portal. Yep. Now I just have to fill this in. I've rotated this so it's facing the opposite direction, and I think that might work now. And we finally have a functioning gunpowder farm in this almost 1,000 day old hardcore world. And the farm's all done, but there's no frogs. And it seems like we're in a temperate biome. Not the one I wanted. And here we have a jungle. So let's set up a portal right here. And over towards the Ghast Farm, we did have a snow biome. And hopefully this will come through. I don't want to be too close to the Ghast Farm. And that's a cave. But it's in a snow biome. Now, I believe the frogs we bred up in the last episode have managed to escape over to my end portal through the Nether. And yep, here they are. At least 2 of them. Well, we had 3 frogs here, and I think 1 jumped into the end and the other one is in the Nether. I now have frogs in every single dimension. Last 2 frogs. And if we fly up here... we should start seeing magma cubes spawning, and the farm is working. Now I have to build 1 more farm before we start working on the base part. And this next project's gotta be in the main Nether, because, yep, we're building a Wither Skeleton Farm. Because I can't name this video building every Nether farm without actually building every Nether farm. And I am definitely way too deep into this Nether project to stop now. And with a box of slabs, let's start spawn-proofing the Nether. For the spawn-proofing, I used a client-side mod called MiniHUD, which displayed a sphere that needed to be spawn-proofed. 2 shulker boxes of slabs, and 45 minutes later, this is what I have. It goes back here a little bit and around, but this isn't a lot. Well, now we're definitely way too deep into this to stop, so I just gotta continue. A few hours of spawn-proofing later, and I want to take a break to build the actual farm. And now I have everything for the farm except the wither roses. And well, I can't say I'm building a wither skeleton farm because I love farming these guys. And as you probably guessed, I built up a wither rose farm to get all of the wither roses. Now the final thing we have to do here is spawn it, which is gonna be a little scary. Oh no, I almost lost the skull. 1, 2... No, the chicken! How did the chicken fall? I'm just gonna stand here. I've just sat here for ages now, but he's finally grown. Chicken is already dead. Okay, well that's enough roses, and brute forcing this worked. The farm is completely destroyed, and I need to figure out how to build one of these, because that did not go well, and I'm just gonna leave that there, and, yeah, future stamp problems. And here's our end frog as well. And now it's time to build my first ever wither farm, and then finish all the spawn proofing. And we'll name tag you. Break the boat. Throw some gold. Come on. Go for the gold. We'll push him in there. And place a glass block on his head. This is the first time I've ever tamed anything in this world. What? I'm like 1,000 days in. And with that, the wither farm is complete. Almost, at least. Well, the farm is at least working, and we probably didn't get a skull from those 2, but hopefully this farm will gain us so many skulls in the future. And this is me doing dumb projects on my stream yet again. And maybe this isn't dumb because I'm gonna get beacons of it. but nonetheless, you should go check out my Twitch. And with that, all of the slabbing is completed. And the farm should now be working. And I want to head out of the nether on top of the roof instead. Because I'm a little tired of building farms now. So I think we should start working on the base part. The mega base will need a bunch of bone blocks, black stained glass, and concrete, along with some deep slate and froglights. Also can't forget about a few quartz slabs and some crimson wood. This hole is quite ugly and I'm tired of building farms, so with all of these blocks here, I want to build something. So we'll start off down here and add in a layer of crimson slabs and some deep slate for decoration. And then if we bring up a couple of bone blocks on the sides here to add a bit of contrast. Well, this is a good start, but it's lacking a little bit of depth. So if we pop back down here and add a few more crimson slabs and some deep slate tiles. That looks a whole lot better, but we gotta get this off the nether roof. And we'll do that by extending up some deep slate tiles. And of course, a lot of bone blocks. Now this is a lot of circles, so let's spice it up. And well, we'll do this by adding in a triangle. And well, another little circle in here to break off the triangles. And let's add in a few more froglights, and then let's add a little bit of glass on top perhaps. And then we'll add a couple of glass blocks on top. And well, I think we need a little more color, so some more crimson slabs might not hurt. And yes, I trapped him. And now all of this looks great, but still a lot of circles and a lot of open space. So some more triangles gotta be added. I think we're gonna do something similar to what we did up on this circle. Add in a bunch of black concrete powder. And instead of some pearlescent froglights, let's add some verdant ones. And we'll try to add a fog effect, but it might not work. And now to add 2 more. Now this is a really interesting shape, but it's missing a few parts, so some quartz slabs for that. And for now I think this is good, because although I want to add more to it, I want to build some more farms. I made a quick Excel sheet over all the materials left to gather for the farms and got to work on a street. And with that, 13,000 blocks is all gathered up, and it's time to build another 6 farms. Because even though it was fun building the nether base, I need to build a few more farms. The first farm is a bartering farm and storage system for the gold farm, all in one. I stole this design with permission from Moonshine over on the Skyfall SMP. Well, this mess took me way too long to build, and it's a bartering farm and a collection system for the gold farm. Yeah, Moonshine's a genius. This is all super well designed, and I'll leave a link to Moonshine's video in the description, and now I just have to get a few piglins to put in here. But let's build the rest of the farm first. For most of these farms, I used a mod called Limatica, which lets you display ghost blocks of where to place your blocks. This made the process 10 times easier and more efficient. If you haven't tried out this mod before, I highly recommend it. And with that, this beautiful gold farm is all done, and that's 5 out of 9 farms completed. Yep, we still have 4 more to go. And the next one is a Hoglin Farm. And with that, our food problems are solved. We now have infinite pork. The 7th farm of the video is 2 small fungi farms that will give me a bunch of roots and fungus to use in future terraforming projects. For this next farm, we need to head into the overworld again and find a suitable place for a tree farm. And it's gonna be for nether trees. We could place it right up on this hill here, and maybe I can include it in some build in the future. And this portal right here should link up to the one over at the Haunted Mansion. It indeed did. And let's get to building this farm. And with that, I have my first working wood farm ever. And I gotta just kind of figure out how to use this. I'm not too sure yet. And then super easy to switch out. We just switch out these 2 blocks for some warp nylium. Turn on the bone meal again. And we just go at it again. And that was about 30 saplings of each. And I basically got over a stack of both. Oh wait, I got a few stacks actually. Recalculate that, I got around 3 stacks of both of them. That is so amazing. Because mining netherwood is a pain. And as a bonus, we also got some shroomlights, and these wart blocks should get us back the bone meal. And as a bonus as well, we can use this farm for other types of wood. It's gonna be amazing. We have now built 8 out of 9 farms, and the last one is yet again gonna be in the normal nether. And the final thing I need for this farm is a couple of shroomlights. And you probably guessed it, it's a blaze farm. Oh no, not yet. But the first thing I have to do is mine out the blaze farm and make it so they don't spawn. Because this is not what I want happening. Oh, that's very bad. Oh, that's very bad. That's actually very bad. Oh, okay. I gotta be more careful. We're gonna rethink this, drink a fire potion again, because I was about to say I don't want to die, and I almost died. Now the blazes shouldn't be able to spawn, and I can no longer die, hopefully. Now the final step before this farm is done is to drink yet another fire potion and mine away all the shroomlight. Oh, and we're already getting blazes spawning, and I mean, you can't do much to me. Hate to break it to you. I'm a little bit fireproof. And these should drop to the ground, go into the middle, and hopefully go down into the center hole. Yes, perfect. And with some looting free, blaze rod should no longer be an issue. And with that being completed, I have now built every single nether farm in Minecraft. At least all the ones I can think of. If there's any nether farm that you think I missed, please do leave them in the comments down below. Now, next up, this isn't what I would call a mega base. Sure, it all looks great, but it isn't actually mega. At least not yet. So the first step for that expansion is going to be a little bit of mud and some blackstone. And the first of those are super easy, and I just gotta mine some mud. Now for the blackstone, I'm gonna need a few name tags. That should be enough. And now we have to fill these slots with some piglins. And now I just need to wait for some piglins to spawn and trap them in the boxes. But with some gold, I should be able to lure them this way. I need you to go up there. Why is he dancing? I mean, go at it. They seem a little interested. And the last one being name tag. Then we now have 16 of this, guys. That took an embarrassing amount of time. And now all I should need to do is put gold in these, I believe. Turn these 2 on and these 2. Maybe it's off now and these should be the opposite way. I actually forgot a tiny detail, which is, well, I need to add in the blocks into the timers. Otherwise, they don't work. And now it is working. Perfect. So to make this a little bit more mega, I think we destroy a little bit what we built before. And then let's try to extend some sort of monolithic structure up. After the first monolith was completed, I added another 2 to complete the triangle. And this is looking better. It's a little more massive. I also want to add a few crystals into these and also something reaching out from the nether below. Now I want something here in the middle, not only these monolith structures. And for that, I think I'm going to have to hop into a creative world. In the creative world, I built up a flame shape using diamond blocks. And once I was happy with the shape, using world edit, I changed the blocks to glass and added a ton of glass paints. And I think I'm going to need a few stacks of glass for this. And now with the schematic all ready to go, let's build this thing up. I gotta say, this looks absolutely amazing. I am so happy with how this turned out. I might have missed a little bit with how the shape turned out, but in general, with all the colors, I love it. And we can fly down into the nether without an issue and hopefully back up, and it shouldn't be too hard. But with that, I have to end this episode off because I've almost spent 200 in-game days on this episode and I really need to get it out. Not only has it been nearly 200 days in-game, it's also been 50 hours in real life. And I still need to edit good amount of parts of the video. So thank you so very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, which will be a world download. So I'll see you then. Bye bye.